Clause 823, review of the requirements for products and services. Now, in the previous one, 822, we looked at determining the requirements for products and services. And this subclause then says, well, now, before you commit or anything else, you need to review. Now, remember, the process is determine them, the requirements, and before you commit, review. Now, it seems a bit impossible or silly to say, well, hang on, we're mass producing products. How can we look at each one and look at each customer? Well, it's not saying that. So let's just tease that out. The organization, let's read through it first, the first sentence. The organization shall ensure that it has the ability to meet the requirements for products and services to be offered to customers. To customers. By the way, it's a shall, so it's not optional. It doesn't say where appropriate, where the organization shall, and offer to customers collectively. Now watch this. The organization shall conduct a review before committing to supply products and services to a customer to include. Now let me just tease it out for a second. Supposing we have a warehouse full of stock, and we have the normal churn, demand, supply, and everything else, and it's steady as she goes. And then what happens is that maybe we get a large order in that could consume, let's say, 80% of our stock. Well, now it's time to review and say, well, hold on. This is it could be a major opportunity to supply further, and it's the direction to go. Or this seems like could be a one-off, and it could ruin our, disimprove our reputation to actually then fail to deliver the demand that's coming up shortly. So this is whereby we're deciding to deliver to customers. So it could be all the other customers might have a delay because it is a big customer, or the other way around, whatever we decide to do. But it calls for a review. We've established now exactly what's required, clarified all of that, yeah, grand. Now let's review. We're not reviewing every single box of everything that goes out, but there are times when it's correct to say, we need to stop, we need to review. Or there could be just an overall large demand increases and increases. And we might say, listen, we need to pull the ad for this product from our website because we're going to run out. We'll have unhappy customers if they place an order and we can't supply. So we'll take down the ad for that product or make a change, a review, and say currently unavailable or something like that. And we make it because we're performing a review here. What should be in this review? Let's read on. The review, and I'm going to use the word the verb to review on each one of these to include review requirements specified by the customer, including the requirements for delivery and post-delivery activities. Again, we came across that before, requirements specified by the customer, but this is where now we're getting into a bit more requirement reviewing, delivery and post-delivery activities. Oh, by the way, we need you to come in, unpack everything and plug it in and set the machine working before you leave, or take away all the packaging if that's part of the deal. Or we need you to come out after 1 month or after 3 months and make sure all the nuts and bolts of this machine are still tight and it's working properly, wherever it could be. And that goes into the review. B, review requirements not stated by the customer, but necessary for the specified or intended use when known. The better position or default position is to really to know, understand what a customer or prospect is intending to use something for, whether it's a product or a service, and see can that be established. Now let's say the admin in an office says, hi, the manager, the site manager has asked me to order a box of 100 pairs of safety gloves. And so you say, well, look, what's the intended use here? And the admin says, well, I don't know, but he said he needs it urgently and I'd like to just order. So the best we can do, is standard industrial safety gloves. We'll put them in the post by this evening. It might turn out that they're actually for the plumbers to do intricate work inside, installing some solar panels or something like that. And the big industrial gloves maybe are now not suitable. But it was when known, the best decision was made then when it was only known that were industrial gloves on a site, on a work site. So, but again, the default is that do your best. One should do one's best to establish the intended use. Requirements specified by organization. Again, that came up in 822, and it could be ecological packaging, what do you call it, recycled packaging, or ethically sourced materials, that is part of the company policy. So these are requirements in the organization. Statutory and regulatory organizations, again, we came across that, is applicable to product or services. So now we're reviewing these. We're not just determining, adding them into what the product or services exactly are, but reviewing. E, contract or order requirements differing from those previously expressed. Now, in the next clause, we talk about changes. So this is not about an order coming in and then coming out a change to that order, but it's more about those previously, requirements or order different than previously expressed, or ordered or got, whatever it is. And this time now is we've differing from previous. Moving on. So now we have, and just to drive it home, it says here, as an addendum to E, like contract or order requirements different from those previously expressed, and it says the organization shall ensure that contract or order requirements differing from those previously defined are resolved. So if to go into the review, but it actually more explicitly says just make sure that these differences, the differing demands, needs, requirements are resolved. Then it says the customer requirements shall be confirmed by the organization for acceptance when the customer does not provide a documented statement of the requirements. So this could be where somebody is ordering something, not mass-produced stuff, but has a particular requirement, but may not be in a position or may not be good at actually articulating it, pinning it down in an email or an order form or something else. And what this subclause, this sentence is saying is that confirm before acceptance. Now, depending on the nature of the business, depending on the actual product or the service demanded, if it was 10,000 or 100,000 or half, you'd really want to be more confirming than just a phone call, whatever. But if it's something being purchased over online and small, you might just say, right, to confirm back to you as it's the blue, square shaped flutes and squares, whatever it is that, and that's particular one. It's actually product number such and such a thing in the brochure, and that's what I'm putting in the post for you now at a price of whatever, and you confirm it back fairly is sufficient. Or you may say, right, we'll follow with that is we'll email you a spec of what we've discussed and what we consider to understand what you really want, and we will email that to you, and then we can agree that that's what you really want. The operative word is confirm. Note in some situations, such as internet sales, a formal review is impractical for each order. Again, what we discussed in the last several minutes. Instead, the review can cover relevant product information, such as catalogs. Again, we refer to catalogs as something order, catalog number or something else to say this is what you're looking for. So then, in summary, then is what's it all about? It's reviewing. If it's mass-produced products, services, or whatever it is that it's not appropriate to review everyone going out the door. But it would be review is whether certain quantities of mass-produced, or if it's bespoke and it's a large project or a large product to be delivered, then it's time. The requirement of this clause is, or telling it to do is to go and review.